You're a victim, a real life victim. You probably are traumatized and re traumatized by some of the actions of these people even today and their lack of remorse, I guess, for what had happened. I mean, David, what exactly are you fighting for? Is it truth? Is it justice?
Well, I guess I would have see, as a reaction to what happened to us. Me and my my mother and my younger brothers, we all moved to London, so we were sort of out of the picture in our formative years. But I returned as a young man, and I looked around and said, who killed my father? And how is my father being remembered, or is he just going to be forgotten completely? A footnote in the history books. And then as I made more and more inquiries into what happened to my father, I was saying someone should be held to account. And I was thinking along the lines of, yes, someone in a court of law being found guilty. So, that's where I would have been coming from. In more recent years, like it's 37 years this year since it happened, I'm not so much interested in someone serving a prison sentence, to be honest, at this stage. But it's more just to have someone held accountable in some form, whether it's in a criminal or civil court, or there's a public inquiry. I know there's other methods like coroner's court and so forth. It's just to have someone held to account, so it should be remembered in the history books of what actually happened on that day, and there could be no muddying of the waters. I mean, for years, what I call the Provisional Republican Movement, which includes Sinn Féin, would have spread the malicious rumors that my father was actually killed in a friendly fire incident, and it was all covered up by the authorities. So that's a constant lie I've had to deal with for years. So that's where I'm at. It's just getting that truth out there. I reckon the sacrifice my father made, so that we don't have a state, we don't get to a point like where you have elected TDs walking around Dáil Éireann actually saying that the Provisional IRA armed struggle was legitimate and nobody actually countering them. I'm here to say, hold on, what about my father and the young Garda and the others who were killed, the other members of the Irish security forces and civilians? Their lives mattered, and you'd be spitting on their graves if you don't stand up and speak on their behalf when these people make their ludicrous claims. The Army, in collaboration with the council, put up a lovely memorial plaque for my father, a memorial stone, I should say, and it's lovely, but only a short distance away is a memorial to an IRA hunger striker, Kieran Hurtson. So every time I stand and admire my father's stone, but then only a matter of yards away is a memorial stone to a man from the organisation that murdered my father. So I'm reminded every time I see that. I'm also reminded, like last year, I had the president of Sinn Féin. She said the legitimate armed struggle was justified, and that if she had been a bit older and had lived in Northern Ireland, she would have joined up as a volunteer. And for me to hear a leading Irish politician say that was re-traumatizing for me.